Today is that day I thought wouldn't come. Just 68 kilometres to finish 10,000 for the year, and what was easily the worst year of my life. If anyone had asked me 6 months ago if I thought I was still going to be riding now, I'd have told them I'd probably be dead. It was actually just the 19th of April that I'd had a cancerous tumour removed from my tonsils, and had my post-op meeting a week later with my oncology team. The news I had to break to my mates over pizza and beer in a bit of a cold park down in Kingston that afternoon, and crying down the phone to my cousin in Slovakia, pretty distraught. I'd basically just been handed a death sentence. Rarely break down, but I was pretty much beside myself after the hospital meeting. I'd assumed I was just ill again, like had lymphoma, but the treatment would just kind of go on as it had done in the past. I'd be fine and everything would go okay as long as I did what I needed to do, which I could deal with. But seeing the looks on the specialists' faces and hearing that my chances of survival were next to none, at the time it pretty much finished me off. I didn't have any strength to kind of pick myself up. Luckily one of my best mates, Omar, propped me up and was there to put up with an hour or two of me really kind of broken, wailing down the phone to different friends and family as I had to call people. He dropped everything, came down to my house, met me here. We had a beer and a chat. I kind of explained what had happened. It's still kind of a blur, but I think without going out on rides with him and a good bit of banter every couple of days, I probably wouldn't have had the willpower to pick myself up and just carry on fighting, or not just carry on fighting, but give it everything I had. Basically, just 3 days later, thanks to support from him and a few other people, I was back out on a great Sunday club ride I hadn't really seen coming. I made it out early in the morning, got down to the meeting point for 9 o'clock on the dot, and somehow managed to finish a solid 450 kilometre week. And I guess I didn't really know it at the time, but I think it had gone from being a week that I thought was the end to actually the turning point after 6 months of being ill, getting more and more ill. And I've been more ill than I was then since, but it was only as a result of the treatment I had that unfortunately has to make you a lot more ill to make you better. Um, anyway, this video is a bit of a thanks to anyone who's there for me in April, and I will follow up with a proper tribute video explaining what certain people have done for me in the last year, because I think it's far too long, and well, far too long for this video anyway, and I'm almost thinking about all the different things people have had to do for me over the last, well, particularly in the middle of the year. I don't want to end up ruining this kind of milestone, getting through my 10,000 kilometers on a wobbly note, and getting all emotional. It's going to be difficult enough doing this, I think, and I mean, particularly just thinking about when I had to break the news to my dad on the phone, maybe 10 minutes after I walked out of the hospital. Yeah, breaking that news to him that pretty awful afternoon, I think it pretty much broke both of us a little bit. The second I kind of told him, all he could say was, "Oh no, not again," and that was the third time I've had to call him in 5-6 years with that same news, and I don't think he could take the third time. And I felt like I kind of lost him for a couple of months after that, and understandably he couldn't really cope with it. But I don't ever want to have both of us in floods of tears on the phone again like that. Almost felt like I was saying goodbye to him, or he was saying goodbye to me by the end of that phone call. Just about the most lonely, sorry moment of my life. But anyway, back on the focus of today. All of these little moments over the last 6 months, 7 months, I had no idea I was ever going to get to this point, and I've somehow managed to get back in, not just get back in cycling, but I managed to maintain cycling for the third time, which I didn't think I even particularly wanted to have to do again, because it sucked a lot of the enjoyment out of riding. But I've managed it, and I'm here, and okay, I'm not even 9 minutes into this yet, but I only have to get 68 kilometers and I'm done with my target for the year, and anything else over that past today is just a bonus. If I can push it that little bit further and get up to 10,101 kilometers, that'll be exactly half what I did last year, and that'll be good enough for me. So yeah, on a real positive note again now, riding. I think I've actually prepped alright for this, for once. I've had my pint of coffee, trendy glass, or trendy mug, eh? That's my pint of coffee out of the way. I've just managed to drop one of my bottles, but 2 yellow bottles of electrolytes. 1.5 litres of water and electrolytes. The rest of my protein shake, and in a second I'm going to start blasting out 2 hours of tunes and get the 68k done. This workout I've chosen is Ironman 90, which is another workout by Exert. Luckily there's only one of these 1 minute at 335 intervals just to warm up. Definitely got the heart rate going, but the entire thing is basically 2 minutes at 155 followed by 19 seconds at 335 for an hour and a half. Jesus. As you can see, the lines are going blurry. It knows I'm having to push pretty hard. Oh my god. I know how to take a bit of pain. But that is silly. Oh my god. Anyway, like I said, I'll follow this up once I've had a few days off with a bit more of an explanation into some more key people who've got me through parts of this year, and at some point I'll start explaining a bit more about the treatment process, because I don't think anyone really has any idea just what it's about, what it takes, what's involved. And having experienced it all 3 times round now, 6 months at a time, with just 2 years between each, I think it's about time I started explaining it so people that are going to go through it at some point have a much better idea of how to prepare for it, what to expect, and what they can do to strengthen themselves in advance of it and during it, and how to recover as well as possible, what to expect of other people, what to expect of themselves, just how important it is to push as hard as you can, but also just how important it is to know how to give yourself a break. I'm still learning how to give myself a break. I'm not sure I'll ever learn. Oh, I'm much more of a fan of these short intervals. 18 seconds is fine. Anyway, I'm going to carry on recording, but I'll save you the next 63 kilometres or so, as if I'm going to stop at 68 kilometres. I think it's time for a bit of a fast forward.